All right, ready, Stanley? So we were going to work a little bit with Mr. S. Ready, Stanley? Good job checking in. So we're going to be working a little bit with some of our proper hellos. I like to typically warm up the beauties with a couple little find-its just to get them in the groove, because a lot of times when they are working near something novel or exciting, they can tend to get a little bit overexcited. And then that's where that jumping or mouthing behavior can occur a lot of times for puppies too. Ready? So we want to make sure that with Mr. S, we're helping him learn how to do something instead of the original behavior. So these find-its are a great way. Nice job, sir. And if he offers anything else that he knows, like he offers a sit, he does a little check-in, yes, all those little behaviors are wonderful to encourage and reinforce. So Ebba, can you come over here a little bit, but not right on top of the puppy? So as Stanley has his new little friend coming to visit, I'd recommend to have a buffer. So that's plenty right there, okay? So we want to make sure that your puppy has enough space between them and the distraction. So back up a little bit, please, okay? Because if the puppy can reach the distraction, they might think that part of the jumping is what you're looking for. So remember, whatever your puppy is able to practice, they're getting really good at honing in on that skill. So for Mr. Handsome over here, Mr. S, ready? We would want to go ahead and sometimes practice like we did a little bit earlier with Charlie as well, the other puppy in the doggy day school, is to approach the distraction and feed nearby. So Ebba, are you going to come help me? Ebba? Yeah? Okay, come this way, please. So Ebba, I would like you to be over in this little spot here. Ready? So Stanley's a little excited, so we got some wiggles going on. So the main goal is I'm feeding little bits for any good attempt in behavior. So right now I'm feeding him for these lovely little check-ins. So Stanley, yes. So I want him to sometimes realize that going near the distraction, which right now is my little one, is going to be a good idea to do something instead. So I want you to stay there, okay? Ebba, are we going to be paying attention to Mama too? I need you to hold still for a moment, please, okay? Can you come stand over here for a second? Thank you. Stay still, okay? Dancing is not exactly what Mommy was thinking. So Stanley, I'm going to do a little find it near his friend. So I'm going to do a little find it. And then from there, I'm going to go, Stanley, get his attention and have him disengage from the distraction. So again, I'm going to do that again. Ready? Stanley. So right into a little find it. Help him go do those little crumb searchings for a second. And then Stanley, yes. So making it be able where he can go bouncing in and out of the environment or the distraction. Ready? So remember, their first day at doggy day school could be a little bit of a harder one for them because they're not used to this environment without their caregivers. So a lot of times having someone brand new, and again, I'm not super brand new, but I'm not his usual folks. So a lot of times there's some generalization and some learning that has to go on there. Hey, Ebba, are you going to come over here and help me, please? Are you all done? You can be all done, which is fine. So for Mr. S, we're going to go ahead. Can you stand right there for me for a moment, please? So for Stanley, I know he gets a bit excited, so I'm going to lure him over to the front and have him sort of stand right here. Can you go ahead and try patting Mr. S for a moment? So for Mr. S, we're teaching him that at times hanging out and being fed for just being nearby has value. Then we create that little disengagement and move away again. Can we come try that one more time, please? Is that okay? So you stand there, okay, Ebba? Can you stand still? So I'm going to get Mr. S's attention on my goodies in my hand, bring him over to the distraction, and go ahead and have a little bit of patting happening. If this was too hard for your puppy, I'd do more of the engage and disengage where they do some of those find its and go from there. Ready? Yeah, he does have a backbone. So Stanley's going to go do some find its over here. Our other little man left some behind. That's nice. Stanley. Yes, good check-in, sir. Beautiful. Did you want to come do another little hi with Mr. S? All right, 1 second. Let me get his attention on me. So notice how as he's done a couple little hellos, he's starting to become more focused on me than the little human. So go ahead, come say hello to Mr. S. So nice. So as he's getting more cozy, yes. Oh, he says, would you like some smoocheroos? He says, those were delicious. If at times your puppy goes and gives some smooches, Ebba's like, oh, this darn saliva again. Let's say your puppy, I know, slimy little man. Ready, Stanley? So let's say your baby does tend to do some jumping. The other option is you can also lower the leash and step on it, not to make them feel stuck or trapped. But if, let's say, for example, your puppy is an eager beaver and they tend to do some jumping, I'd recommend, go ahead, Ebba, can you come say hi again one more time? I'd recommend to keep the leash lowered. Go ahead, you can pat him. And then if, let's say, your puppy goes to wiggle, go ahead, you can keep going. I have the leash over here. So now if he goes to wiggle, he can't go and instantly jump on the little one. So this doesn't mean I'm getting my puppy stuck or feeling restricted heavily. There's still some wiggle to the equipment, but I don't want him to think that jumping is part of the equation with him being able to practice it. So I'm going to go ahead and pat again, nice, and feed. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So right here, he might get a little excited, but he has nowhere to go again. And then we could redirect and feed once more. Yeah.
He was gonna kiss me, then I went away before he kissed me.
Yeah, he wanted to give you some nice saliva. He said you were a little too dry and you needed some extra smooches. So obviously with the beauties, you'll sometimes be getting some excitement behavior. The main goal is think about capturing or reinforcing for the skills you'd rather, or give behaviors that are, again, non-conducive to both. So if, let's say, for example, he's doing a sit or some find its, he can't also be jumping at the same time at that moment. So see if we can go ahead with Mr. S. Again, I'm going to get his attention, get a little sit. And then would you like to come say hi again to Mr. S? So we'll have him sort of hang out. Beautiful, nice. So again, sometimes I might go throughout and then intermittently start feeding while he's getting the hellos. Nice. Great job, Stanley. Yes. Yes, you're doing a very good job. Thank you. So, but we're doing a lot of really nice teeny little snacks throughout this paycheck moment. So Stanley's starting to find that there's value in holding sort of still or being more attentive to me versus the little one. Ready? So we'll get that little sit, little check-in. Stanley. If I lose him, I'm going to regain him with the food in the beginning and get that little check-in. Yes. So we'll give Mr. S a little breather from this. This was some really nice little hellos, Ebba. Thanks for helping. Good job, Stanley. This way. Good boy. Nice.